They don't need to know. We'll call the City Council of Cannon Falls to order Tuesday, April 7th at 6:30 p.m. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Duncan,
Here.
Gallops,
Here.
Holst,
Here.
Johnson,
Here.
Mattson,
Here.
Schoblum,
Here.
and Mayor Robinson is absent.
Pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll have approval of agenda.
So moved.
And I will second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, public input. Citizens may speak to issues not on the agenda. Before speaking, please give your name and address for the minutes. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Seeing no one in the audience, we will go to the consent agenda. Items in this area of the agenda may be adopted or they may be removed and placed on the business area of the agenda for discussion purposes before approving. A, just and correct claims accounting period ending April 1st, 2015. B, meeting minutes for March 10th, 2015, special city council meeting. C, minute meetings for March 17th, 2015 City Council meeting. D, statutory torrid limits. E, Resolution 2123, accepting a monetary donation for the fire department. F, request for Floyd Street to be closed for an event. G, final stretch durathon. And H, approving hiring of a full-time paramedic. Do I hear any discussion or anything pulled down? If not, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
It is passed. Okay, reports. Tom? That's a
I
fast-
just want to bring you up to date on the junk nuisance ordinance. Typically what I do is each April, I usually like to wait till a couple nice weekends so people have a chance to clean up their debris. I go through the whole town, put a door tag on somebody's door that if they're not in compliance with collections, accumulations, tires, whatnot. Typically, it will give them a month to clean it up. Point of a month, if they haven't cleaned it up, I'll turn it over to Mr. McCormick, and then he'll have a little better teeth in it than what I have, but I've got the list, about half the list made, so I'll be doing that in the next couple of weeks. The rest of the year, we kind of go, is driven by complaints, or if I see something that's just, hey, that's not gonna work, you know, but the list gets smaller every year, but it's typically the same people on the list every year, so I pretty much know where to go, so that will be coming up. We'll have a cleanup every other year, so that would come in May of 2016, because we had it last year, May of 2014, so until the fund is built back up again, we go every other year on that, so that's about all I have.
Okay, Tim?
We're working through the final details to get the ambulance ordered. Met with the sales rep on the telephone the other day, went through the work order, had to make a few changes that has to get approved, and hope to be moving on that in the next couple weeks to get that ordered, since it'll be a 300-day process to get that here. Happy to report our third cardiac monitor came in. Waiting for our third hotspot, but the other two ambulances are able to send those 12 leads, heart tracings, to the St. Mary's if we need to, and activate the cath team, the whole purpose of the grant. So that is up and going, and hopefully in 4 weeks we'll have that new individual here starting with us and get that process rolling, so. And then we are still working with Mayo on the community care paramedic program, so.
It's good.
Very good.
Ms. Jeff?
Hard to believe we're already into April. Shortly, we will have proms and graduations happening. Just want to remind everybody that, with that, we have a lot of excited young people that will be driving and getting places. Every year, we get some complaints in the spring as new drivers start driving. But, if you've seen something in your neighborhood, please let us know. Typically, it's, just a local kid who got his license over the winter, and parents, now that the snow's gone, and finally let them drive on their own. Tend to be just driving a little too fast. Usually we can solve that with just a short visit. No need for actual enforcement, just reminding them to watch their speeds works. As Tom alluded to, same thing with nuisance or junk ordinance violations. Just let us know. Tom gets really a pretty good response to his door hangers. Every year we do have to issue a few citations, and we've only had a couple where we've actually had to go to the point of having to, go to court and try to get a resolution that way. So that's all I can think of. Again, I informed you guys before, the weather forecast was, very reduced levels for flood threats. Just looking at the rivers, as you can tell, they're still, fairly down. I don't think we're going to have anything to worry about unless we get that significant rainfall like we saw in the 2011 event. It was very localized, very heavy. That's all I have.
Ron?
Thank you. During the ambulance interviews, we did, just for your information, we did try something new. We had one individual from out of state that did Skype with us, and it was actually a successful process. It worked pretty well. I'm aware of another city nearby that actually one of their department heads was hired through a Skype interview, and because of in that position there were several candidates from around the nation. It just didn't make a lot of sense for them to visit, so they did the initial Skypes and then the backgrounds and so forth. So that went well. Of course, it really helps to have Mike on board to work with us on that stuff. I attended the Mayo Clinic Medical Health Systems meeting in Red Wing at 5:30 yesterday afternoon. Dr. Witt gave a year in review. It was obviously their annual report for 2014. He gave a year in review. The Cannon Falls facility, of course, got a lot of accolades during that presentation. They're making a lot of changes administratively, even local. Function-wise, not so much, I wouldn't say personnel-wise, but what the individuals are doing, where they're being assigned more regionally, the way it appears to me. They're really trying to streamline as I see it, but things are going quite well for them. That you're aware that perhaps that they integrated their systems, so if you have records, medical records in Cannon Falls, Red Wing can get them now, Lake City can get them. They just recently updated that system, and then now I think it was 2016 or 17, I don't remember which Dr. Witt said, but they will be also integrated with the big Mayo Clinic in Rochester plus their Jacksonville facility. So it was an interesting little over an hour. Mr. Maroney is still out. So I'm taking the EDA stuff in the morning. We'll see you bright and early, smiling faces, and Planning Commission. And there is also the Board of Review and Equalization for folks to attend, and that would be at Goodhue County, and I believe the date is April 15th at 2 p.m. if they want to contest their property values, not their property taxes, but their property valuations, theirs or their neighbors. Public Works Commission met. A couple of the things, just to update you that we haven't forgotten about the 2000, or the West Side 2 project. We are, we'll be looking at streets now once it gets decent outside for a consistent period of time. With Greg Anderson, we'll look at the streets in the project area. Be coming back to Public Works Commission with a potential project for 2016. As you recall, we have had discussions on whether we do one large project for 16 or perhaps break it up into 16 and 17. We'll be having those dialogues here over the next couple of months, but with the intention that we're ready to go for spring bidding on whatever it is, late winter, early spring bidding on whatever project it is that you decide to go with. We had some discussions, an old item that's been on their agenda prior is County 19 crosswalk in the area of John Birch Park. We'll have continued discussion on that, but we'll be discussing with Greg Anderson, potentially getting quotes, bringing them back to you to decide whether or not it's feasible to spend the money for, whether that project is really worth the money that we're going to be potentially spending on it. So that's still on the board. I think that's all I have.
Last month, we had our auditors here for our annual year-end work, and Ron and I are going to meet with them on Thursday morning to review the draft reports that they've prepared, and so far they're looking favorable, and I think it's a testament to everybody, but it looks like we've got no complaints or no issues that were raised other than the one that always comes up regarding the preparation of the financial reports, which is a standard finding that they have. But our hope is to have the final report before you at the next city council meeting. The auditors will be here to make that presentation, and then you can accept the report at that time if you so choose. So you can look forward to that, I'm sure.
Merle?
Nothing.
I have nothing. Just to add on to what Ron was mentioning, Public Works, we had many items on the agenda today, and I won't go into them, but needless to say, in the next month or two, we'll be bringing some things forward to the whole council to let you guys take a stab at it too. That's it.
I have nothing.
I had something was brought to me today, just a question on who would be responsible for sidewalks downtown. If there was an issue with it that broke or,
That's a question that just came to us too
Yeah,
within
no.
the last few days, and so we will be looking at the code and so forth and see,
okay,
potentially talking to city attorney on that too.
alright,
Yeah, the answer is, I don't know yet,
okay, alright,
but it's a great question.
yep, alright, thanks.
Well, with that, anybody want to make a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.